Ever wondered how a trilogy about weddings could tie together three different love stories, a runaway bride, and a father-daughter dynamic that feels both heartfelt and hilarious? The Groomsmen, Last Dance, the final film in Hallmark's Groomsmen trilogy, answers that question with a mix of charm, drama, and just the right amount of Italian sunshine. But here's where it gets controversial. Is it possible to love a movie's characters so much that you're secretly rooting for their relationships to work out, even if it means ignoring the plot's occasional shortcuts? Let's dive in. The story begins where it all started, at Danny's sister Hannah's wedding in Greece. This is where Pete met his love interest, and where Danny discovered his friend Zach's secret relationship. Now it's the same location where Jackson, Tyler Hynes, the single dad and influencer agent, learns his teenage daughter Betty is moving to Italy with her mom, Trisha. Jackson, already disillusioned with his job, sees this as a chance to reconnect until he clashes with Gabriella, Raphael, a sharp-tongued Italian woman who scolds him for distracted driving. Classic meet cute, right? But instead of sparks flying, they become grudging allies. Jackson's arc is all about learning to let go. He's a protective dad who hovers over Betty, making her feel like a child. Gabriella, meanwhile, is a busy restaurateur and landlord to Betty and Trisha, making their paths impossible to avoid. Their relationship blooms slowly. Jackson helps Gabriella with her restaurant's branding, and she cooks for them, all while Betty secretly orchestrates their interactions. But when Jackson panics at the thought of getting too close, he cuts things off. And this is the part most people miss. The real heart of the film isn't just Jackson and Gabriella's romance, but the father-daughter bond between Jackson and Betty. The film's climax hits hard. At a masquerade festival, Jackson dances with a mystery woman, Gabriella obviously, reigniting his feelings. Later, after a bonding trip to Gabriella's vineyard with her gruff father, Jackson realizes he needs to stop protecting his heart or risk becoming as gruff and closed off as Gabriella's dad. Meanwhile, the runaway bride's identity is finally revealed. It's Betty, who skipped her wedding to Milo, Danny's nephew. The twist? She didn't run away because of a grand betrayal. She just didn't have the same epic love story as the groomsmen. Milo proves their love is real with a childhood arcade game where he reveals the high score was his initials. Milo loves Betty. What's the takeaway? This film is a love letter to messy, real relationships. Jackson's romance with Gabriella feels familiar, but the emotional core lies in his dynamic with Betty. Raphael steals the show as the younger version of Betty, balancing teenage exasperation with charm. And yes, the final wedding dance to Shake Your Groove thing is as nostalgic as it sounds. But here's the debate. Should a movie prioritize character growth over a traditional happy ending? Jackson and Gabriella don't get a big wedding, but their quiet resolution feels earned. Meanwhile, Betty's identity shift from Betty to Elizabeth, played by Lily Donsworth Evans, feels jarring. Was it worth the twist? If you loved the first two Groomsmen films, this finale ties up loose ends with a bow of nostalgia and heart. But I'll leave you with this question. In a world of fairy tale romances, does a story like Betty's, imperfect, messy, and real, deserve just as much applause? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're curious, binge the trilogy. You might just find yourself humming Shake Your Groove thing for days.